we got some more within news to get into, but before we do, I'd like to just really quick touch on the Cloak of Infinite Power and Potential. Yes, the Cloak from Mists of Pandaria Remix was not so infinite before because people were actually starting to hit cap on that thing of 200,000 stamina. Well, these things have now been raised to 10 million. Yes, it's a massive cap, and this cape was essentially supposed to be unlimited in power. Basically, the more you grinded, the more powerful you became. That was how it's supposed to be. So all of these stats have now been pushed all the way up to 10 million. The cap was 200,000. We'll see if any degenerates out there can actually hit that number. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody did. Yes, but the cap has been raised. Your Cloak of Infinite Power is now somewhat more infinite. Moving on to some more within news, we have our Mythic Keystone Master mount. Yes, not Mythic Plus, I should say. And here it is, boys. We get a diamond mech. Yes, a diamond mech, and this thing looks absolutely glorious. I love it. It is so much better than what we've got in Dragonflight. The diamond mech suit is going to be one that I definitely want, one that I'm going to go for and get. And of course, you guys know I'm so good at Mythic Plus. I mean, of course, look at the shine. Look at the shine on this thing, man. This is a really badass looking mech mount. It's got some cool looking stuff in the back here. It's a flying mount as well. Wow, imagine that, a flying mount as the Mythic Plus reward. And it's dynamic flying as well, or sky riding, available, which I should say. So besides that, we also have some other things that have been data mined. We have a little grill, some different items here, but this grill is the most interesting of them all. This thing can actually come out with food or without food, and there's two different things. That burger actually looks pretty good. It does. There's two different types of food that can show up on this thing. What this toy is going to be all about, I have no idea. It's a different model. This might be some type of cooking model. I would love it if this was the actual feast. Imagine somebody drops down a grill at the start of the raid. That would actually be pretty cool. But this thing is one of the better looking food things we've seen in the game. Besides that, a couple other totems and stuff like that. Nothing really too interesting. In terms of Mythic Plus, there's something else that has been data mined. 4 new affix placeholders have been put into the game as well. What does that mean for the affixes we currently have? We're not sure, but there are some new ones here. No names or anything to be data mined from them, but there were 2 icons. One of them looks like the Spell Reflect shield. Who knows what that could mean? Maybe these guys get some type of shield in front of them. You got to hit them from behind. That would be an easy mechanic to deal with, and I would like that. This other one, not sure what it means. Some people are saying it's similar to the All-Seeing Eye. Who knows? Nothing to be really determined yet from them. But with 4 new placeholders, this could mean we're getting rid of some old, what's it called, affixes. So getting rid of things like Bolstering, Sanguine, that'd be great. Maybe Afflicted or Incorporeal. We could see some old affixes go and these new ones come. That's the only thing we can currently gather from what these placeholders currently mean. The human racial is gone. We knew this. I reported on this back when it first came out, that they were taking away diplomacy from humans. And that's because they didn't want people to feel like they are supposed to grind rep only on their human characters in their warbands. Whatever. I personally didn't like the reasoning, but here is the new racial for humans. It's called No Place Like Home. Your Hearthstone cooldown is reduced by 5 minutes, and it gains an additional charge. This replaces diplomacy. You know, it's fine. I really love diplomacy. It was the original reason I made a human all the way back in vanilla. Or all the way, I should say, my first human I was made in BC. And, you know, it's sad. It's sad humans are shamans now. Yeah, 2 Hearthstones would have been better. Well, it gets 2 charges. So you kind of do have 2 Hearthstones. I guess you can't set them to separate places. If your Hearthstone was previously set to cities, I mean, as a mage, a human mage, this would make no sense. Long live the dwarfs. Yeah, it's kind of shit. Yeah, it is kind of shit. Diplomacy was one of the better racials in the game, and a reduction of 5 minutes. I mean, I guess you can bubble Hearth more often. It is what it is, guys. We're stuck with it, so we're going to have to deal with extra Hearthstone charges. Yes, No Place Like Home, the new human racial. The Trading Post has been data mined for June, and this is the end of Trading Post reward. We get some Extreme Water Blasters. Yes, these are essentially squirt guns that you can post up and play with. I'm not sure what the animations are going to look like yet, but this does look kind of fun. I mean, this is not too bad for an end of June reward, right? Better than some of the butterfly wings we've recently gotten. So this will be your end of Trading Post reward. As for the other items, there are a few other things we've seen. This mount. Yeah, it's a pretty cool thing. This was data mined earlier. We weren't sure when it was going to enter the game. Well, this is it. It's going to be a trading post reward you'll be able to buy with your tendies. It's a cool little surfboard variation mount. You can be basically a goblin silver surfer with this one. There's also the turtle mount, a little pet here, some different umbrellas and things. Again, another squirt gun it looks like that you'll be able to get, and some very fun, festive summer items. Yes. Your Murloc little floaties there that you can have, as well as some, you could always be so right when you're wearing a sarong. Yes, so different sarong transmogs here. Obviously put on the female here, but you can wear it with any race or sex. There you go. You also get some weapons. In honor of Miss Pandaria, you can get the stick. Yeah, the good old monk stick. So some of these items are cool. Again, I think the best thing about it is probably the surfboard. The squirt gun at the end of the trading post is kind of nice. And of course, you can still be going for your warden if you haven't completed 12 trading posts yet. Completing your 12th will officially give you the warden transmog. That is still available for people. Blizzard hasn't really decided whether they're going to cap that or not, or ever end it, but right now you can still be working towards it. And that is all in terms of news.